Okay, so now let's go ahead and add some shooting to our game. Alright, so right after the chase, we will create another method by the name of shoot player. In this, first of all, when the player is shooting, we don't want the player to move, so we will set the current moving speed to 0. Then we want the guard to look at the player. So for that, we're going to create a vector 3 by the name of direction to player. Actually, for that, let me just copy this one, this whole line, and paste it right there. Right, then after this, we want the guard to look at the player. So for that, we're going to paste this line. And we also want that if the player changes position, we want the guard to rotate towards the player. So for rotation, we're gonna copy this line and paste it right down below. Alright, once we do this, then we want to play the animation. So for playing animation, we're gonna paste that, set running to false, and this time set shoot to true. And that's it. Alright, now we also want to add some shooting because this is just code for rotating and the guard towards the player and making the guard look towards the player. Right, now we need to add some shooting. So for that, first of all, down below, create a method by the name of active shooting, and in this we're gonna set the previously shoot to false. Then right above it, actually right inside the shoot player method, we're gonna say that if the player didn't previously shoot, then we want the player to shoot. Alright, so for shooting, we're gonna use the raycast which we used for the player. So right here, open up the shooting controller, copy this whole line and paste it right here. Alright, we now need to do some changes. We want to be shooting from the shooting raycast area in the forward direction. So shooting raycast area dot forward, or you can use dot transform dot forward as well if you want. And whatever it hits, we will store it in this hit variable, and the range will be the shooting range. Alright, and then whatever it hits, we will say guard hit, and we will show that a object name for now, because on our player we don't have any health, so that's why we can't damage it for now. But in the next video we will damage the player, and also we will allow the player to damage the guard. Alright, for now let's leave the damage as it is. We will just show the name. Alright, so when the player shoots, then we will set previously shoot to true, and after that we will say invoke name of, let's call the active shooting method, and we want to call it right after the time between shoots. So right after every 1 second we will set the previously shot to false, and then the player will shoot again. Alright, that is all we have to do for shooting. We just now need to copy that method name, and in the update method right here we will just simply paste it and add a semicolon. And guys, right here, this shooting raycast area, I have set it to game object. You don't need to set it to game object. Make sure that it is transform, and when it is transform, then you don't have to type this line of code right here. You don't then have to type transform with it. You just need to type shooting area dot forward. Okay, so just make sure that you change the shooting area raycast area to transform instead of game object. Alright, when you do that, then get back right here and play the game. When the game starts, as you can see, there is the character walking. If we set the is alerted to true, as you can see, now the character is shooting at us. But if you see in here, it shows the variable shooting area of guard does not exist. But we added it, so I don't know why it is showing this. Shooting raycast area. Of course I have added it, then why it is showing that error? Like, let's walk away from the player and then if you check the script, alright, everything is set up. So I have figured this out. If, for example, if you make this game object instead of transform, and then right down below in the shoot method, if you change if you do these changes right here, type dot transform dot position and then dot transform dot forward right here. If you do this, then go ahead and play the game, then the guard simply shoots. I don't know why, for what reason it is doing this, but just change it to game object back again. Alright, and when you change it, then set is alerted to true. Now as you can see, the character shows that it is shooting player. Okay, guard hit player. If we run away, as you can see, there is the guard. Let me increase the guard speed. Okay, the guard still doesn't follow us. I don't know why. Let me change the vision radius to 5. Let's change this vision radius to 15. Okay, I don't know why it is doing this. The character is running, I mean chasing us, but it doesn't move. Okay, so I have found a solution for it, and the only solution for that was that in the chase player method we forgot to do this final step, which is that we didn't set the current moving speed to the running speed. So make sure that you do this in the chase player method. And when you do it, let me just you don't have to do this, but I'm decreasing the shooting radius to 5, okay, because I want the player to move really close to the player. Alright, so that we can see the chasing thing. Alright, so if I play the game, let's set the player a little bit away from the guard. Okay, so now as you can see, the guard is following the player. Okay, and then it starts shooting the player. As you can see, guard hit player. Alright, and if we take out our rifle, we can also hit the guard, as you can see. So now in the next video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna allow the guard to damage the player and allow the player to damage the guard. So see you guys in the next one.